Here are some of the most heart-stopping moments of 2020. In October, a Jeep came crashing down a mountain pass right in front of an oncoming vehicle. The Telluride, Colorado incident was caught on dashcam. Susie, a passenger in the Jeep, was thrown in the fall. She escaped with her life. Her dog Decker was also thrown from the vehicle. He couldn't be found and was presumed dead. But 3 days later, hikers found the very good boy. Susie had spinal surgery, and her parents are simply grateful.
We count our blessings daily that everybody came down off that mountain.
It really was remarkable that the falling debris, the rock fall, and the Jeep itself didn't injure more people.
In February, a gymnastics coach became an instant hero. Watch as a 9-year-old competitor runs toward the vault and launches herself onto the springboard. She was off by a little and could have suffered a terrible fall. Coach Chad Busek came to the rescue. They spoke to Les Trent.
Your reflexes were like unbelievable.
Yeah, I spend a lot of time catching kids, so
It's definitely not the first time he saved her, so
Yeah.
it's terrifying. I instantly broke out into a sweat.
There was another heart-stopping catch in July. 2 children were dropped from the window of a burning building. People gathered below to catch them. The terrifying incident happened in Grenoble, France. The kids, 3 and 10 years old, were taken to a hospital and treated for smoke inhalation. They were unharmed by the fall, though 2 Good Samaritans had to be treated for injuries they sustained while making the saves. In October, there was a frightening home invasion in Florida. A young mother opened her bedroom door and was met with gunfire. It started when a guest of the homeowners pulled into their driveway. 2 masked gunmen appeared out of nowhere and forced the driver inside. When the homeowner opened the door, the robbers ordered everyone to the floor at gunpoint. Ansley Pacheco heard the commotion from her room.
I said, "Don't shoot me, my son is in here."
Don't shoot me! My son is in here!
But one gunman opened fire.
He started shooting at me. They shot at me about 7 times, 6-7 times.
She grabbed her own gun and fired back. Her husband and a friend took her gun and chased after the invaders. No one in the house was injured, but the house itself was riddled with bullets. WSVN reporter Sheldon Fox pointed out the holes.
In the closet door, in the bathroom door, on the headboard of the bed, and on the television.
They could have killed me. They could have killed my son. They were shooting right over his head. They didn't care.
In September, a motorist in Florida had a potentially deadly exchange with another driver, as Les Trent reported.
A motorist zips down a Florida highway while shooting through his windshield. Shards of glass fly as his passenger freaks out. The shooter, identified as Marco Mazzetta, says he was defending himself in a wild case of road rage. Moments earlier, he says he brake-checked another driver in a Nissan he thought was tailgating him, causing the other driver to bump him from behind. The Nissan then speeds around Mazzetta's truck, and when you blow up the video, it looks like he has a gun. Mazzetta then pulls his gun from his waistband and starts shooting. The whole incident lasts about 8 minutes before the Nissan drives off.
Mazzetta says after the incident, he pulled over and called police. No charges were filed. In August, a huge explosion hit the Lebanese city of Beirut. Effects of the blast were captured by a wedding photographer. The couple looked radiant, but then windows were shattered and dust and debris filled the air. The photographer reported that neither the couple nor anyone involved in the shoot was harmed. A similar scene played out at the same time in another part of the city. The wedding party rushed for cover, shaken but unhurt. Meanwhile, at a hospital in Beirut, a woman giving birth was shaken by the blast. Shortly afterward, baby George was born healthy. And no one was hurt in October when a bomb dating back to World War II exploded in a Polish waterway. The powerful blast sent a column of water into the sky and shook buildings and boats nearby. The Polish Navy had been using remote technology in an attempt to defuse the 19-foot device. Known as an earthquake bomb, It was armed with more than 5,000 pounds of explosives. And over the summer, a 16-year-old soccer player in Russia was struck by lightning. It happened on the field during a warm-up with his team. The moment was caught by surveillance camera. Young Ivan's coach performed first aid, and the teen was then taken to a hospital. But a few weeks later, he was back on the field and was able to show off a burn scar on his neck. He'd survived his own heart-stopping moment of 2020. This is Inside Edition Digital.